Starting from where I am. This is a big topic that comes up with my clients often, and I remind myself about it also all the time because there's projects that you join and teams you join, and then there's projects you start or teams you start with. And often I've found that um, in in building new ventures, people tend to look at them and say, we need this or this or this to begin, as opposed to just starting. And I think maybe it's, esteem connected or it's, uh, confidence connected. But as you do it a couple times, you realize that the place you're at is here and the time you're at is now, and the things you have are what's around you. And that could be anything. And so over time, you could find that uh, the best builders or the most resourceful or successful builders over time have more things around them to begin with. And that's not just money. A lot of people like to start ventures and say, to begin, we need 5 million bucks, we need 10 million bucks, we need 25 million bucks. Well, maybe if you justify why you need that and where that gets you and how that makes sense, but talking finance is a whole nother conversation. The reality is there's a lot of things you can do to begin something or to start changing something that is already underway that needs to shift or isn't working before that comes. And often, and usually, that is the thing to do to attract those pieces you would like. So for myself, I've really gotten over the years the attachment to needing something other than what is right around me to begin, no matter what it is. And this channel, kicking the dust off that I am to reinvent it somewhat and bring it along with me is a bit of a documentary, video diary, mentorship channel, but not with a coaching slant, more of a you know process of observation as I operate. Um, is just that, right? The nice thing about this is that it's me, and I'm working on and figuring out a way that I can start it just with what I have now. I have my channel, I have my phone, I have my my mics, I have different lights, I have all kinds of different things. And with those, I can get underway. But even as you're watching this video, I have, the phone. Um, I have tripods for some of my setups. I'm learning more about the cinematic uh, arts right across the board of, lighting and natural lighting and studio lighting and sound and coloring and all these different things. Whatever channel or stream that I choose to swim in, they all have their elements. And there's a number of sandboxes that I've played in that I'm very, very good at. And I'm comfortable in saying that. And then there's others that I am always evolving and learning. And even still within those, the pieces move, right? The parts move and and the tools and the popular techniques and all that sort of stuff. So you're always ever going to just be starting from where you are. And so I start. And so I've started this and it's going to evolve. And in time, it'll evolve to a place where I'll have maybe a filmmaker with me or a lighting or sound person uh, within earshot or um, a great editor that will help with some of the content. But for now, it's flow, it's energy, it's movement, it's creating, it's the discipline, the consistency, the creativity of uh, getting from zero to one, getting from concept uh, to publication, and also skipping a whole bunch of other steps in between about from me to an audience, which could be zero people or it could be one person. Uh, but that's where it starts. And then maybe it's two people, and then maybe it's four and it's eight. And so you just can't worry about the fact that at the beginning it's zero. And then maybe the next day it's one. And maybe that's your mom, It doesn't matter. It's great. That's terrific. Because the next day it'll be two. And with all the ventures I work on, and those have been, private and public companies, in resources, tech, entertainment, um, lots of different things. It's always the same that I advise. It's like, what do we have? What do we have to work with today? And um, where do we begin from here? What can we do to create leverage for ourselves? What can we do to get the ball rolling and start picking up some energy and momentum in our work and start executing the things that we can control that we already have in hand that we need without needing 5, 10, 25 million or whatever to get started, because that'll just paralyze you, right? To note, that type of capital usually likes to see that you're able to do things without money that will make it feel more confident that you're going to be able to do great things with money. Side note, but building from nothing, that's what this journey is. Granted, it's a bit of an older channel, so I've still got some of you here who are welcome to stay, of course, and see where this goes and invite your friends and see how this evolves. But um, I just have no fear in the first step, but I invite you to have no fear in your first step, whatever you're building also, because we all start from the same place, which is just from where we're at to do whatever we want to do. So get clear on the end goal, get clear on the mission you're driving with, and then build towards it. And the rest will evolve and guide along the way. As Rumi says, when we start upon the way, this isn't a direct quote, I might get it wrong, but when we start upon the way appears. And that's what I'm doing here. So let's rock and roll. Thanks for being here, and we'll chat with you soon.